With 94% of South Africans 15 years and older confirming that they own a radio set in one form or other, the place of radio as the country's most beloved and popular medium is firmly in place. This year marks 100 years since it was introduced in South Africa through the first experimental broadcast at the railway headquarters in Johannesburg on the 18th of December 1923. Over the decades, radio has literally become a friend of the people, with millions tuning into the 40 commercial and public broadcast stations and over 250 community stations on a daily basis. And yet, even though radio continues to be the most dominant medium, on this World Radio Day, which is particularly significant in the South African context in light of the 100 years of audio broadcasting here, it is worthwhile looking ahead at digital audio platforms such as online radio and podcasts to forecast what the next century of audio broadcasting might and should sound like. An increase in access to digital tools such as smartphones, coupled with the wider and better internet penetration over the years, has enabled more South Africans to turn to media formats such as online radio in their numbers. The 2022 Infinite Dial study found that the monthly online listening grew to 61% of the surveyed 15 years and older population compared to the 39% in the 2019 study. Apart from the streaming and internet radios, there is also a growing trend of podcasting, which has arguably cemented audio broadcasting in its various forms as a key player in the future of mass media in this context. The place of online radio and podcasts in South Africa must be understood from the rich 100 years of radio in this context, where oral media has been a central platform for the development of linguistic and cultural identities. When radio first arrived in South Africa, it was not meant to include broadcasts in indigenous languages. It was only as part of efforts to gain the support of the black majority during the Second World War that black people were even thought of as a possible audience by the apartheid regime. But once the medium was opened up to indigenous language speakers, both as an audience and as content creators, through the first Zulu broadcast aired in 1941 in Durban, they found a way to use the affordances it presented to express their voice in a society that would have otherwise silenced them. And so, although other forms like television have, over the years, threatened to kill the proverbial radio star, the intimacy, immediacy, and sociability that audio broadcasting facilitates remains unmatched.